that's not enough alone. If a mob is locked down but it gets hit wrongly, that mez will break. That mob will become active again and will start damaging the group. And it's really important that there's coordination and the DPS and the tank are on the same page so they're not hitting the wrong thing. And that takes communication. And lastly, 6, raid coordination. Some raids have special mechanics, require special healing, different techniques, tanks, pullers, healers, crowd control, DPS, support. They all need to be on the same page because a single mistake in some of these raids can end the fight for everyone. EverQuest, in many of its original designs, it was unforgiving. But in that difficulty, it fostered communication and player cohesion, unlike in many modern MMOs now. Reputation mattered, how you acted on the server, how good you play your class. Anything rude you did, people remembered. And you could be a star on that server, a top player for the class, someone people would go to first for grouping. Or you could be ostracized for bad behavior. People would avoid you, decline you for groups, or not even trade with you. And the last reason why people still play EverQuest this day. EverQuest can be a hardcore MMO. I feel I should give special mention to one version of EverQuest called Project 1999. It is one of the most challenging MMOs still on the market. Your current official servers have had a lot of patches and convenience features added to appeal to a more casual and time-limited audience. It's great for a lot of people, but it's off-putting for others. There are some segments of the EverQuest community who feel that the current game is too antisocial and easy, so this is where Project 1999 comes in. It's a recreation of the first era of the game. It tries to recreate the original experience of playing this game 2 decades ago, a time where mistakes were highly punished, mobs were even more dangerous alone, travel was slower and riskier, the lows were lower and the highs were even higher. Such as 1, the armor. Gear was a lot harder earned, especially gear with statistics other than just mitigation. Armor drops were not inflated at all, and it was very slow to get fully geared up. In many instances, you'd still be using starter armor at level cap. So when you finally got that piece of stat gear, it was hard earned. It wasn't just handed to you on a platter. 2, EverQuest death penalty. So dying is actually penalized. Your corpse and all your belongings would be left where you died at. You would lose a lot of experience. You'd be sent back to your bind point naked. If you did not get back to your corpse fast enough, all your gear and wealth would be gone to the ether. And sometimes your corpse would be left in really bad spots. Spots that could require a raid force just to break open. People would get caught in death loops. And the corpse run could be horrible too. If you're bound really far away, the run could be painful, and this led for a different role of corpse recovery classes. Necromancers, Shadow Knights, Bards, Rogues, all classes that have tools to help with corpse recovery. And then you have the classes that resurrect you, so Clerics, Paladins, Necromancers that can get you that experience back that you could have spent hours getting. 3, raids. So all the raid targets are contested and free for all here. There's no instancing, and this leads to some of the nastiest player interaction you will see. These raid targets are also on variable respawn timers. It could repop at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and you got work in a few hours, and you could have a guild that expects you to get up and go engage. So good luck getting sleep if you want to raid here on P99. Other inconveniences, so coin has weight. You won't be able to move because you're carrying too much coin. Some races have night blindness. They have especially bad vision in dark areas, and during nighttime, there was no map. You couldn't tell where you were going beyond a sense heading button and landmarks. No shared loot window other than what you worked out with your group. No dedicated trading program. You had to talk to people to buy and sell. No fast travel outside of 2 classes. Run speed was slow. Boat speed was slow. This game world, it feels huge because of the limitations it put upon you. And the mobs are difficult. More than one mob could wipe out your group. Trains would wipe you. A person or group could get overloaded and run to the entrance with many mobs in tow. And you could get annihilated by just being in the way. Project 1999, it's an incredibly brutal game, but it's also more rewarding, in my opinion, than the modern EverQuest now. Everything is so much harder earned, so the payoff feels incredible. It's a lot more emotional. In the end, I want to thank everybody who watched this far. I really enjoy making videos for this channel and seeing the love and support in the EverQuest community.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Fudge Muppet. My name is Scott, here with Michael and Drew. As always, this is the Elder Scrolls podcast, and today we are talking about one member of the Tribunal, Sotha Sil, specifically today.
Yes, the mainspring ever wound, the father of mysteries, the magician, the teacher, the sorcerer, the tinkerer, the clockwork god, the light of knowledge. He has many names. I could keep going, but I think I'll stop there. And more importantly, he has the name Set, which we'll probably use to refer to him at some point in this podcast, seeing as it's easier to say than Sotha Sil.
And I was just going to say a little point about Set.
Whether you're a brand new player interested in EverQuest or a returning player coming back again after years, this guide is intended to help you get started. So there are three main options you have to play EverQuest, three main varieties. Let's talk about them. Option number one, free-to-play live servers. The first step is to download the game from the EverQuest website. I also believe it's available to download on Steam, but I just went with the proprietary launcher. Once your account is made and installation is over, you can play the game. The server screen comes up and you go, what the heck should I do? There's a lot of options here. So the servers that are free to play on are all the latest expansion ones, but the most populated free server is Furiona Vi. It also has the highest experience rate out of any of them and a very special loot system. So I would recommend picking Furiona Vi first, and you'll go through a tutorial that will familiarize you with the game controls. This game is old and it's rather clunky, so that tutorial will definitely help. Even if you pick the next options, I would still suggest going back to do this tutorial here at least once, because it's the only hand-holding you'll ever get. Option 2 and 3 just absolutely throw you to the wolves. As to what class to pick, I would recommend checking out my 16 classes explained video. Pick one you think you'll like. Upon creating your new character, one of the first things I would do is exit out of the tutorial area, go to your guild master there in Crescent Reach, give him that beginner scroll. Also get a mercenary, a healer mercenary, or a tank mercenary, whatever is better for you, and do a quick little quest deeper in Crescent Reach to get a great weapon. Then camp out and click the tutorial button and you will be ready to go. There are leveling guides on Google for what zones to go to, and after that you'll be on your way. Option 2, paid time lock progression servers. So the free-to-play servers are nice, but largely a ghost town for lower levels. And EverQuest is more fun when it's played with friends. It's designed to play with other people. So where should you go if you want to have opportunities to group up? This and the next option are your best choices. To play on time-locked progression servers or TLPs, you download the game exactly like you do in option 1, but you also need to purchase a membership too. You can do that on the website. And the membership costs range from about $15 to $10 a month. And once you're finalized with that, you're good to go. TLP servers, they progress through EverQuest's long expansion history at a controlled pace, and they tend to be very popular when they first release. Huge amount of players. And they also have many convenience features and time savers that the next option does not have. These are the servers I mostly play on that a lot of my videos come from, and I would actually suggest to pick the youngest TLP server available. Currently in 2021, that is Mischief and Thornblade. Pick either one and you will be set. Public grouping tends to be available for at least the first year of a new TLP server. After that, you're taking your chances. And lastly, option number 3, Project 1999. This is another free-to-play option, but is very different. Project 1999 is a set of unofficial servers run by volunteer staff. They do have official approval to operate though, so they will not get shut down. And P99, it aims to recreate the original experience of playing EverQuest in 1999 in 2000 as faithfully as it can. The official servers, the current game as it stands, the difficulty has been toned down a lot, and some players miss what the game used to be like in its glory days. It was challenging, player interaction was everywhere, and achievements were much more impactful. I would choose the youngest green server, P99 Green. The leveling population is alive and it's more solid. It's more consistently solid than on the TLPs, which you only have a short amount of time to get up, to level up, or else it's done. If you like to get set up there, Joe Leonard has a great video on the installation process. It's a little bit more involved. And you can also follow the guide on the Project 1999 website. So thank you all for watching. I wish you the best in your EverQuest adventures.
If you want to make a class that's very, very strong in Classic and has a very, very easy route, then this is a class for you. It's the Mage. I'm going to start with worst to first, and let's talk about it, and then we're going to create a character. So worst on the list are the good old humans. Yep, that's right. The stats are not so great, and they're significantly less at 110 intelligence compared to all other races. So this has a great starting area, and people will say, well, you get to 200 intelligence. Yeah, but that's maybe later on the game, and by that time everybody else is rocking 220 intelligence. You're still maybe at 180. And for mages, intelligence is everything. It governs how much mana you're going to have. Of course, you have good stamina and agility and all that, but that's only useful really early in the game, like for the first 5 levels. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next 3. We have the gnome, we have the dark elf, and have the erudite. Once again, this is really, really, really hard. The gnome would seem to be number 3, but in reality, since it has Gnomovision, and you can see through the walls in third-person view by swinging the camera or by going first-person view and looking straight into the wall, face plant the wall. These are huge because these abilities allow you to target by manually typing the name of the mob and sending your pet out to get them. And that's huge, huge. So the gnome has that right from the get-go, from the beginning, and that I think is really big. Otherwise, it'd be a clear third place. But take a look at the stats. Stamina 85, intelligence 133, agility 85. And let's compare that to the good old dark elf, 134, 80, 90. You know, they're kind of all the same. They're so close. What's the real difference? So gnome and a dark elf, I would put them on the same plane. And you got the erudite. The erudite looks great. You know, it looks just fantastic. But the negative with the erudite is, as has been mentioned to me, you want to put 5 into agility. You can do this if you want to, or you can just keep it with stamina and not worry about it, because later on you'll get items that will grant agility and get that up to 75. What this will do is it'll give you a little bit less hit points, oh, it's just not going to matter. Because with the mage, it's all about the pet. That's simply it. It's the pet. You have some nukes, which are great and all that, but you only have fire and magic nukes. So that limits you in some ways because you're going to run into mobs that are resistant to magic and fire at some point, especially raiding. I'll talk about that in a few moments. But since you're a mage and you're starting early, and this guide is for if you're starting really early on a server where there's no gear out there and it's just one big race and everybody's playing naked to 50, you got to go with the erudite because 142 intelligence over 134 is significant. You'll be way over 200 intelligence, or you'll hit 200 intelligence before everybody else will. And when it comes down to it later in the game when you're in higher levels, you need every bit of intelligence you can. You don't want to be running out of mana. And I'm going to tell you it's different. I've seen human mages before. Actually, I made one because I thought they looked cool. And then I saw this erudite one, and it's a difference. Like I could get a certain amount of nukes, let's say 5 nukes off. He could get 6. Now that's pretty big right there. I would do anything to pay for an extra nuke. And if you count the intelligence, if somebody said to you, well, I got a item that gives you 9 intelligence or 8 intelligence, it's called the glowing black stone. How much would you pay for it? People will be paying a chrono for that thing. But you got it right here. Just take the erudite and you're going to have that, which is worth something like a glowing black stone. It's that big. Okay, so let's talk about what's wrong with this character. What's wrong is it starts out in the sticks, and that's way out in Eridan, Toxulia Forest. It's way the heck out there. You're way away from everything, and it's going to be a while before you get in with the action. So this is a classic and solo, so it's not that big of a deal for y'all. If you don't mind fighting out in Toxulia and those areas, going to Blackburrow and going to Everfrost, then it's okay. It's for you. You're all good. But I'm going to tell you all the action's going to be in the common lands, right around that area, because that's where all the trading goes. And if there's something in auction that you want and you're on your character right here and they're selling it over there on the other side of the world, the only way you're going to get the item is you're going to have to log out. You're going to log in your mule, which is over in the common lands, and you'll have to transfer money over via parcel, and then you got to go buy it. It really adds a lot of delay, and if you want something, you see a good deal. So all the best deals are handled out there. So if you have a character that's already there in the common lands tunnel and you're fighting over there and you want it, you just run back to your the soul binder or gate back there and you buy the item right there. You'll get a lot better deal. So it depends on how you want to play it. If you don't care about buying anything, you just want to level your guy, fine. You'll be good out in Toxulia Forest. If you want to take part in the growing, booming economy, then get your character out there or create another character that's closer to the action. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to start in Eridan. We're going to be agnostic, and here we go. Let's see here. We're going to name him Hot Dogger because he's a brother of Hot Dog who did the Eridan to Freeport run. Let's see, we've got Eridan Palace. Here we go. Okay, we're all good. Okay, so now we've made it here, and you can tell you're not part of the family because your outfit is not matching. So first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and get with the program and get your clothes to match. Yep, you're with the family and your friends right there. Yes, yes. And you'll notice that the magicians wear this color and that. Now this is your guild master up here. When it comes to skills, I would not even spend any of your points in the skills yet. Wait till much later, and you can use them for specialization or if you want to do spell research or whatever. But your skills are going to level up so fast, and the reason why is because you have 142 intelligence. That means they're going to go up real fast. You hardly have to train anything up, and it's going to go real quick. Okay, so now the next problem is getting out of here. Let's go ahead and put the map up and go like this here. We're going to enlarge the map so you get an idea of where we're at, and this is how it goes. Now we're going to set the height filter. Take the labels off here, So you can kind of see where we are. If the labels, it's too confusing. I'm going to show you how to get out of here, show you where the parcel vendor is, and what to do. Now you'll notice right away with our spells, we don't have a pet spell. So you don't get the first pet until level 2. So in the beginning, it's mano a mano. That means you're going to fight to the death and fire your baby nuke off. And this is your baby nuke. It does only this amount of damage. It only does 3 to 5 damage. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, but that's okay because you have over here, you have 29, 30 mana. So you could fire about 7, 8 of these off. 8 times 4 is 32 damage. You'll be able to kill something with your steak knife. You'll be able to do about 50 damage total. So let's first of all, let's go. By the way, you can use the find here if you want to find things like the banker, if you want to find a parcel vendor. And but I'm going to show you how to do it without doing it. That's the easy way. You have no problem doing that. First thing you want to do is you want to go downstairs, hit the wall, face plant the wall. There's another vendor. He sells higher level spells. This is the area you want to go to. This area, the person sells your spells. You'll notice they're all sitting around here. Go with this nice lady, and there are your spells. I sort like this way. I know which ones to buy. The ones you're going to have to, what you want to buy are, you want to buy these ones right here. You want to buy the water pet, elemental water, fire pet. You want to buy all the pets. Now the way it goes is that your first round of pets, they're all basically the same. You're going to see they should come out yellow con to us. And the air pet is nice. It has a nice stun to it. The water pet does the most damage but has the least amount of hit points. Earth pet has the most hit points, but it does a little bit less damage. The water pet is nice because it has a nice backstab. It is a rogue, so that's going to be real nice. It's going to do some good damage. Okay, so let's continue to go down. Because why? We're pobre. We don't have any money. We can't buy anything. And plus, even if we could, we can't do anything with it. So we're going to go out here. And this is where it gets really, really confusing. You have that place on that side, that on another. So let's go. This is just general spells. Oh, let me talk about him real quick. So general spells, you'll notice he sells spells that are usable by all classes that are casters. He sells Gate, Lesser Shield. You see Invisibility. You get it at level 8. So if you're tired of this place, it's going to be a while before you get out here, unless you want to brave it and do it like my video on how to go from Merudin to Freeport. Then you don't need any of that. You just need to love the risk and the high reward for that run. Okay, so let's go down here. Let's take a little bath and whoops, and go here. And this is first level. Just remember, you went down 2 levels. Keep on going down to here. And you'll see this area here. This area over there, shoot, it's hard to see, is the portal pad right there. You hit on that portal pad and you'll be ported to another part, but we're not going there right now. First things first, I want to show you the parcel vendor. And you're going to go down. You have to kind of keep a mental note. You're going down and you're going over here. This is the underground area. You've got the bank over there. I'm going to show you the bank. Satchels, I mean, this is they sell satchels and stuff. So you got a vendor over there and the gems over there. This guy here, this is the bank, excuse me, it's right here, is your parcel vendor. Okay, so this is the way this works. You could have a mule somewhere else, and the mule can say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send you some money. That's right. And look at this. This money just landed right here in Chichingo. I have 9 plat right now. And that's what's good about it. You can have another character, your other character elsewhere sending you money. And it works the other way too. For example, if you have a mage that's out there, maybe this mage is level 12 or something like that, and you have a mule back here, like this guy, Hot Dogger, he can go ahead and use the parcel vendor and send money out to you. It's very handy to do because you don't have to come back to the town. In the old days, before they had the parcel vendor, you had to manually go back, and it created a lot of downtime for going back to your town and all. But now you just get a mule and run them back there. Okay, so now that we're back to here, you remember the flying saucer pad right here? The one on the top is when you come back in. The one at the bottom is when you go on out. And you can see, should be able to see where we are, where we've been here. And if you set the height filter, just keep it like this. It's just try to keep a mental note. If you look at this map, it's really just a big spider web. Watch, if we normally do height filter, but if you do this, it gets real confusing because you're like, well, where am I? So for best results, just try to get to know the place. You know, you got 3 floors up from here, and you got 1 floor down from here, and this is like the middle floor here with the pads on it. This is what you want. So you just get on this, and you're gonna go, and you're gonna be teleported to Erudin. Right now you're in the palace. And we have landed. Okay, so this is it. You'll notice it looks a little darker than normal. That's because erudites are blind as a bat. That's right. So this is the way to come back. This is the way you came out. If you notice, it says welcome to the city of Erudin. That pad up there is the way to get back in, straight up there. We're going to use that in a moment. But right now, let's go ahead and go out here. You can see on the map. We're going to head out there and slay some newbie mobs. And this is a fun point of the game because, you know, you don't have to worry about too much and it's very casual. Now, a note about the mage is they're great in groups, really good, but what I've seen at the high level in the raiding scene, it can be a problem because, as you know, they only have fire and magic nukes. Most raids, I think they're okay, but then there's one raid that you're going to probably be doing a lot, which is Nagafin's Lair, Lord Nagafin, and if you fight that raid, you're going to be next to useless because he's resistant to magic and he's resistant to fire for sure. He's immune to fire, so you're not going to land a whole lot, if anything. And the way Mitigation of Mighty is, one known as Mighty Buff on the pet, it transfers all the aggro to you. So you're not like a Necro. You can't feign death or like an enchanter who can memory blur or anything like that. Basically, you get all the aggro the pet does. So the pet gets on the aggro list, you're going to get it, and you're going to get nailed right there. And you have to really be careful about the pet pulling aggro and getting you killed. So mages really, really are shafted on that raid. But other ones like Finigel, Lady Vox, Plane of Hate, Plane of Fear, you're going to be okay over there. So keep that in mind. If you want to do some raiding and you want to be top in the DPS charts, make a Necro. That in Classic, that Necro is going to really, really be top in the charts out there. Big time. Wizard also will be doing great too because they can hit with all sorts of different spells. So that's one thing to think about. But if you're just going to want to be part of groups and stuff and you want to be a very strong character, this is the one for you. So now that we're up here and you have this area down here, let me just show you what it is. You see down there, it's way down there. You may kill yourself if you jump off. I haven't tried it, but let's use the pad. Okay, so the pad brings us down here. And there's the other pad. We're going to head out to the forest. And good thing we have bonus experience. We don't have to kill too many, probably 4 mobs before we level. Once we level, we'll come back. We'll get the pet. And we'll show you how that works. Now out here, there's going to be a lot more mobs. These are 2 guards right here. There's going to be a lot more right now. This isn't the TLP server, so there aren't as many mobs out there. Therefore, you're going to have to just make do with what you've got. So let's take a look here. Looks like we got some kind of skunk. I think he's probably one of the tougher ones. Be careful of the skunk because the skunk will put something on you that'll make you stink as usual. Okay, there's a fire beetle. Let's see if we can take him. First, put your shield up. You're going to need the shield. Good. Let's get do this. Take your settings here. Set auto split so when your group, set these here so you can go ahead and drag corpses if necessary. Let's keep this map up here. You can see there's not a lot on the map. You can set the labels. You can see where everything is. Okay, let's nail this guy. And this is a nice, see how fast the nuke fires? And then just melee attack him. /chat font size 5, and you have a bigger text. Now, what I would do is just melee him, get your melee skills up, wait for him to start running before you nuke him. In this case, he is dead, so this is just a quest. for the Kobold Skull. So let's take a look at the experience. We got 25%. Let's go ahead and kill 3 more. Let's get leveled up. What's this up here? He's a quest mob. Also over here in this room, you have this guy. He's a vendor, so it's nice and handy. He'll go and sell you stuff there. Decayed Skeleton, these are high priority. Get them because they have the almighty cracked staff, which sells for 1 platinum. And you're a mage, so you can go ahead and fire at a distance. This is very, very key. There we go. And just mow him down. This guy won't run away or anything, so you want to get more than 50% damage on him so that people don't kill steal him. So there you go. Now you got 50%, so people won't kill steal him. You can just go mono mono with him. Let's speed it up because your combat isn't so great. And he is a challenge. Look at that. Check it out. He's resisting the stuff. Can't believe it. Okay, come on, take him out. And one more. You want to kill these. Oh, we're out of mana. And we got him. And he didn't drop anything, but there we go. We need a couple more spells. So you're going to have to med up for a while. It's always safe to... Threatening. Yeah, watch out for this guy here. He's a poacher. These guys are level 2. You're not ready for that yet. You need to have full mana and a little bit more. Your nuke doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Let's take a look at what it does here. So it does 3 to 5 damage. You're noticing that if you do it, you're doing 3 damage. So you can 7 or 8 of them. So you can do 21 damage, 25 damage total with this nuke. And that's in addition to your melee. You see your melee zoning hitting for 1, 5. You're hitting a few times this way. So you don't do a lot of damage. When you get the pet up, you're going to see a different, totally different story. So let's go ahead and try to knock some things out. Let's try to get the Kobold. He's easy. And the mobs here are not KOS 2 at this level. Just watch out for the poacher. I'm going to fire 2 shots at him. Then I'm going to melee him. And when he runs, then we're going to go for it. Yeah, see, there you go. He's pretty weak. This is more like it. Bounce. Your regeneration is regenerating. Come on, die. There we go. Some of these things you want to take so that you can go ahead and sell them and get more money. And if you're going to take on a yellow con mob, the yellow colored one, it's advisable to have more mana. See, they came a little close last time. Let's just pick this guy off here. We want to see if he's got something. I'm going to try to run him back so the poacher doesn't get me. There we go. Let's fight him now. We don't have a whole lot of mana, and he hits hard, Khmer does, but we should be able to get him. I'm going to show you what happens if it goes wrong, because it just may. Let's go ahead and start to burn him before he burns us. Look at his regeneration. That's not good. Let's pop this map up. Come on, die. Got him. And so one more kill, and we're going to be in good shape. So there will be a lot more newbie mobs around here, so you don't have to go too far out there. When you see a mob that's threatening, like the poacher, it means that he will attack you while you're medding like this. And this isn't a great area because it's, number one, it's dark, there's lots of trees. Stuff's going to get stuck behind the trees. There's another decayed skeleton. If I get the full mana, we'll go ahead and take him. And let's see this infected rat. Always con for the level. He's level 2. If we get full mana, we probably will be able to take him. And all it takes is one more kill. By the way, if you need to, the Kobold parts are part of a quest. You can do one of the quests for it. Okay, we're almost ready. Look for something easy. We just need to get level 2. Once you get to level 2, everything changes. There's our victim right there. Kobold Runt, you want these guys. Come here. And hit him twice. Let's fight him. There we go. So this is, these are also part of a quest, so you can't sell them because they're no drop. Let's go down here. We have hit level 2, so this is great. Time to go back. I'm going to show you how to go back and get your spells. So now this guy here, you can sell stuff to. So let's take a look at what you can sell for. 4 silver, that's good. And you can sell this for 5 silver. This is good. You can sell 9 silver, so you're making some money right here. You also have an extra bag in the bank, so you can go back and get that too if you need a bag. So I wouldn't don't buy any bags early on. Of course, unless you want the 40 slot bag, then go ahead and buy that from the marketplace and you're going to be all set. You don't ever have to buy anything. So let's go back in here. I'm going to show you how to do this, and then after that, I'm going to show you just how awesome the pet is. You will need to get a malachite. That's a reagent for the pet, so you need to save up your money, and that's why money is going to be important here. So we went over that pad. You see this? Just remember the pad, and let's go this way. There should be a jeweler downstairs that you can buy the malachite from, and you can also buy it from the guys up by your spell vendor. Okay, around the corner we go, and let's zoom in on this so you can take off the filter labels here. You can see where we're going. And this is it, round to round. There'll be lots of people here. Good luck on zoning. Hope the zone doesn't crash. Let's talk a little bit about the 2 portals. The 1 portal over here brings you out to the docks. This one right here to the east. If you're going to go to Kinos, make sure you pick up the mail quest from this guy, Lorestring. If you're curious about that quest, you want to make a lot of money early on, check out my video, How to Get Rich on a Classic server, our first quest you can do when starting new on Classic. Go on to this one, the little pad, and this will zone you into Rudin. And now that you're in, you may remember this area. And I want to point out, see this, remember this pad below and above? That's what it is. And remember, the jewel crafter downstairs, it will sell the jewels. So this is upstairs area right here. So let's go up. You go across the way, you go up, and you're here. Now you need to go up again. Let's go across here. I always run through here. Tower of the Gate Callers, okay, that's where you're going. Remember the sign. And up you go, and guess who's here? We're back to this lady here. Let's go ahead and buy the things we want. We want to get, most important, the water pet. So you buy your water pet first. Remember, if you get all this stuff taken care of early, you get a little money on this character by running the newbie quest from Rudin to Freeport. You run that, which takes only 3 minutes each run. You can get enough gold on 1 run to finance this guy. Then he can buy the spells in advance and just stay out there in the field, because running back here can take you 10 minutes. So you can look at that way if you're in a rush to get started. So we have lots of money left. This thing only costs a little bit. I want to go ahead and show you. Some people buy this spell, and I'm going to show you that why you don't really want to buy it, why it's a waste. Okay, so you got your water. These other ones, like Reclaim Energy, get energy back from your pet. Not a big deal. You don't need the drink or the food yet. Save your money. The dagger, yes, you can get the dagger. These are magic weapons, and you can go ahead and use these. Some people will need them to kill will-o-wisps. And after that, let's go ahead and get the fire. Scent Summoned is just to raise a skill, basically, and your air pet and all. So you don't get a good nuke until level 4, which is called Burn, and it does a little more damage. But what the heck, you're going to let the pet destroy everything. Let's go ahead and mem these spells. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's put this up here first. Summon Dagger, we're going to put that in here. That's one way you can do it. You can also get other spells on your spell bar by going like this. find an empty slot, right-click the slot, select pet, for example, and this is a water pet like this, and this will load this water pet spell in. There it goes. There it goes. So there it goes. There's a little lag on the server. So what you saw right there was a little lag where I got it in there and it didn't register. What may happen on a new server on day one is there's so much lag that you try to mem a spell and nothing happens. If that happens, just be patient and just wait. But you can see right here it's doing. Okay, let's go ahead and right-click to remove that. And let's go ahead and put Fireflux. I'm going to compare Fireflux to your other one called Burst of Flame here, so you can see what the difference is. Okay, this is another way to do it. Let's put this in here. You can see what our hit points are. See how much mana we have. Look at that, 60 mana. That's a lot of mana. A lot. Okay, so first things first, you cannot cast this because you need a Malachite to go ahead and cast that. Let's go ahead and bring this up. The reason why you're fizzling is because you need to train your skill up. See, channeling is going up. Those are important here. So this is going to bring up a dagger. And this will increase your conjuration skill. Let me show you what the dagger looks like. This dagger is not bad. It's like a regular dagger, but the one thing about it is it's magical, and magical daggers are really good. Like I said, if you want to fight ghouls, some creatures can only respond to magic damage. Okay, so let's take a look up here. Talk about this here. You got another Magician Supplies. Okay, this one will have your Malachite. This is for making your spells. And let's go ahead and point out this. Look at this. I want to show you something here. You could pay 2 platinum for a dagger, a regular dagger, but look at your dagger. It's almost the same as that. And yours is magical. This other one isn't even magical. Of course, yours is temporary, meaning you log out and it's lost, but you can see how much this can really help. So if you have a warrior in your group, or ranger, or whatever, any of these that need a magical dagger, by all means put that on. Let's compare it to the one you got right here. Your magical dagger is even better than the dagger you have. So definitely want to replace that. Let's go ahead and get just 10 of these. Okay, so you can see right away the mage is very useful, because let's destroy this dagger. We're going to use this dagger now. This one is even better than ours. Notice the delay is lower. The lower delay meaning faster the weapon. So you already got a faster weapon just by that one spell. So now that we've got this all set up and we're just about ready to go, let's head back out there. Okay, we're going to go down and around. Then we're going to make a pet. If we get out there, if you're tired of running around, doing a run around, you can go ahead and do this. And he'll help you get down to Toxula Forest a lot quicker. See, notice there, you're out in Tox. So this is a lot quicker instead of running around. You just go out there, and in the modern game, you don't lose anything on your corpses, and below level 6, you don't lose experience. So level 5 and lower, you're going to be okay. And guess what? We're out here. We saved ourselves a lot of time. And look at that. We got everything going for us. Now we can go ahead and create a pet. And here comes our pet. So what you want to do, make that pet here. I'm going to put him down on the bar here, so he fits down here, just like that. Next thing you want to do is I want to hold down the left button, make a key, and put him right there. So it's going to go pet attack, then I'm going to melee attack. Okay, so next thing you want to do is let's make some daggers. You can weaponize him. And let's give him this here. There we go. We've weaponized him. That's also nice. Now he will dual wield. He'll even be even scarier to the bad guys. And give ourselves a weapon. Check his level. Notice this, level 5. And in the old days, it wasn't like this. Good old days, you had to upgrade each level. But yeah, level 5 pet
It's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Between December 1984 and the spring of 1987, a gentleman named Ken Webster received numerous messages on his BBC Micro Model B. These messages, which at first seemed to be a prank or quirk of the computer, quickly grew into a strange, time-defying communication with a man from the 16th century named Lucas. This might be dismissed as a simple ghost story or urban legend had the details not been so difficult to explain away. Thankfully, Ken chronicled the events in this book, The Vertical Plane, published in 1989, a tome that's so rare that this one cost me £165 to get hold of. But despite its relative obscurity, the events were so compelling they were subject to various investigations by official bodies and even featured in an episode of Out of This World from 1996. To this day, they've never really been explained. Now, before we get into it, I'd like to draw your attention to a place where you can find equally as fascinating documentaries. Thank you to sponsor CuriosityStream for making this video possible, a subscription-based streaming service that offers thousands of compelling documentaries from the more supernatural, such as Curse of the Phantom, to Hack the Moon, that discusses the technology behind the Apollo missions. CuriosityStream adds new shows every week and addresses our lifelong quest to learn more and understand what's really going on. Head to curiositystream.com/nerd for unlimited access to the world's top documentaries and use promo code NERD to save 25%. That equates to just $14.99 per year. 12 months. That's one hell of a deal, if you ask me. Ken Webster was born in the Lake District in 1955. He graduated the University of Aberystwyth in 1976 and shortly after, in 1984, found himself in the village of Doddleston in the United Kingdom in a small abode known as Meadow Cottage. Doddleston is a small and quaint village. It has a pub called the Red Lion which still exists and operates to this day. And it's a few metres further down the road at the corner of Kinnerton and Church Road that you'll find Meadow Cottage. You can see it's an old converted farm building. This image taken of Meadow Cottage in 1986 shows how little it has changed. It still even appears to have the same front door. But it's within this home during the autumn of 1984 where Ken's story begins. At the time, Ken was a teacher at Harden High School, a secondary school 17 minutes drive away just over the border in Wales, and a school that was firmly in the middle of the UK's computer literacy project. Margaret Thatcher's government were keen to push the UK forward as a leader in computing, and so, in conjunction with the BBC, had brought Acorn Computers on board to create the BBC Micro. This home computer would have its own television program to ease the masses into home computing, and soon after almost every school in the UK would be kitted out with these machines. Harden was one of the luckier schools and had enough setups to loan out to teachers so they could work on and acquaint themselves with the hardware. Living in the cottage at this stage were Ken, his girlfriend Debbie, who was notably some 10 years younger, and a friend passing through, Nick, who slept in the upstairs studio whilst Ken and Debbie took the bedroom. Ken had decided to hire out a BBC Micro so that Nick could work on some English performance. Now, this is the Edward chip. The BBC Micro was an incredibly capable yet expandable machine, so in addition to the operating system and basic ROMs, you could add your own custom ones, giving the machine built-in capability. A lot of school-bound micros would have this installed as